Okay, what we're going to show you is the difference of these boards for the original Xbox. This is the 1.6 version, and the way you can tell it's a 1.6, first thing is in this case, you can see that this connector for the controllers is clear over here to the left. You see it's right here. If I show you, you can see here, this is a 1.4. See where that connector is for the controller, it's clear over here. So if try to put that board in there, that won't hook up. But if you try to put this board in here, in the 1.4, see where that connector is? You could hook this up. And if you do that, if you put the 1.6 board in the wrong case, it will short out. And so one of the pieces that shorts out is this little transistor right here. That transistor shorts out for some reason. So you want to make sure you only use the case. So this is the only one, the 1.6 has to go in the 1.6 case, and that's the easiest way to tell, is this connector right here. So if you can see that. And so how you can tell this is a 1.6 board, your clock capacitor is in a different location. Here's your clock capacitor on the older boards, is down here. As you can see, it's up here. This is not a clock capacitor. It's up here. And then you still have the same pin connectors. This is the 1.6. This is 1.4. And these power supplies will go with either. On the 1.2 to 1.5 uses this version of the power supply, but you can see the connectors are the same, but the pins are different. So you have to use the 1.6 power supply with the 1.6 board. Now these other power supplies for the 1.2 to 1.5 can swap out these different power supplies. But the 1.6 has to have this version, and if you see, the wires are different. So those are things you have to pay attention to. And then what we're going to do now is show you a close-up under the microscope of the board. So if you're missing any parts, this is a good working board. So if you're missing any parts, you'll be able to see what those are. So we'll just do a zoom into the microscope and just kind of scan around the board on the top, scan around the board on the bottom. Okay, on the 1.6 board, it has an Excalibur chip, video chip. This is the only board that has those. The older boards have a focus chip or a connexant chip. So this is actually a 1.2 or 1.3 board. I'm just going to show you a close-up of the board. So if you're missing any parts, this is a working 1.6 motherboard. If you're missing any capacitors or parts, you can see which ones are on this board. So we'll just scan across. This is the back side of the board. If you're missing anything, you can just pause it. see spots where there's no components. Right here, right here, right here. That's from the factory. Right here. Clock capacitor. Right here along this edge, all those components that there's nothing. I'll flip the board over. Start up here where this cutout is. It's the AV port right here.
Steve, get out of there. Scott. Hey, what condition do you want me to put them as?
The games?
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
Oh, if they're sit, they do a little bit better.
Yeah. But just good.
Yeah, good's fine.
This one's 25.
After list them, stack them up here because we still need to put it in the system. It does look like something went here. These right here are the traces normally
1 and 2. Here, 1 and 2 on this outside edge of this board
Right, okay.
that go bad. They get scraped or eaten. Usually on the other board where the clock capacitor's down here. And it goes bad and it eats these traces, and that's where your eject button and power button don't work. Usually on this row of traces all the way along here.
Just count them.
You tell them exactly what we have, like everything. We got 3 X boxes. One feels too fast.
So if you're having that issue, you can follow these traces all the way up,
And then
all the way around,
all those weeds are good.
and then these are test points right here. So that would be your power button, that would be your eject button. You can test with a multimeter from that point, there, and there. You come all the way back.
So we use
To this point for the power, this point for the eject. Okay, that's it for motherboard 1.6.